Sellers getting desperate right in time for the holidays. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull and punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows or sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Buckle up and strap in. Hold on to your hats and glasses. We're going to blow the lid off another hot topic. We got a good one to look at today as the real estate market is clearly reversed course. The biggest bubble ever produced in world history couldn't sustain itself. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Shocker, spoiler alert. Anytime the housing market exhibits bubble behavior, they've crashed 100% of the time. If you're new, please subscribe right away. There's never been a more important time in history, centered and surrounded with like-minded people. Iron will continue to sharpen iron. We're going to sharpen iron today, courtesy of one of you, a subscriber. Thank you for everybody who continues to support the channel. I very much appreciate you all year round, but especially this holiday season. Thank you so very, very much. So we're going to take a look at some property today to drive our point home. And like I said, one of the things that we're seeing now, this is insane. Everybody's stuck on the market going through price reductions, right? The biggest housing bubble that supposedly was just going to keep appreciating. And a lot of agents, I read a lot of your messages, even in the comments, agents still out there trying to cheerlead this. Even some of you probably just bought in the bubble. My area hasn't crashed yet, Scott. It's still relatively high in my area. There's no signs of a crash here. Buckle up and strap in. These things don't happen overnight, but what you can start looking at is the birth pains. So the tale will be in the tape. We're going to take a ride today to one of the most euphoric, sought-after areas in the nation and examine a property there because one of you guys are interested in potentially writing an offer on it. And a lot of us are afraid to touch anything with a 10-foot pole, but there's some very simple tools that we can use to examine properties to see if potentially an offer is deserved or warranted, to protect ourselves, to make sure. See, there's a saying I've always used. Well, I've used, it's my saying. You don't get hurt in real estate necessarily when you buy at the wrong time. You get hurt in real estate when you sell at the wrong time. And like I said to start the show, sellers are getting desperate. Sellers are about to get very, very hurt right now. So let's go ahead, jump over to the email, then the property, then we'll meet back here to wrap it up. Let's get started.
Scott, I didn't think I'd see this so soon. A 1,300 square foot condo in San Francisco, great location with a stated rent range that is slightly higher than the monthly nut. According to Zillow, it topped out at $1.4 million in the spring and was listed at $1.15 in the summer, and now is down to $850,000 after 5 months on the market. Last sold in 2012 for $500 plus. Although the place looks good, it's not love. Maybe $775,000? Still too early? Or maybe is this one of those times that when others are fearful? Thanks, Dave. Well, thank you, Dave. Let's take a sneak peek at the property and examine it. Let's jump over to Zillow and examine the crash map. Everything on your screen is crashing. Now let's skim through the photos to get a feel for the property. As we can see, it's a nice looking condo, well appointed, very well staged, not a bad looking place at all. This thing is move-in ready and ready to go. Now let's examine the numbers. But before we do, let's read a little bit of its description. This is it, your new home. Welcome to this beautiful townhouse-style end-unit condo in the vibrant Biedman Historic District of San Francisco. Located on a quiet tree-lined street, this amazing property features brand new designer paint, recessed lighting throughout, a large living room with a fireplace, and contemporary kitchen with a dining area. Sounds good. Property's current value range is around $850,000, and as we can see from the chart below, at the peak it was $1.4 million and now crashing down. And as we can see here, after some hefty price reductions, it currently sits on the market at its estimated value range. If you were to give them today's asking price, your estimated cost to own would be around $5,600. The property's estimated rent range is around $5,800, which makes it about $200 of a difference between its cost to own and cost to rent. Our subscriber is right. If they write an offer in the sevens, they can get these numbers to line up and make sense. Let's get back to the studio so we can wrap this one up.
All right, friends, welcome back. So that's what's going on. The city by the bay, San Francisco. I'm not too far, a few hours from San Francisco, and I've been there before. Golden Gate Bridge, Alcatraz is there. A lot of cool sights and attractions for sure. Not my favorite. I know the downtown San Francisco is a little bit dicey. But reality is places like San Francisco, these highly sought out, especially coastal communities, are always going to be the last to get hit and the first to rebound. So, for example, this property today, at the height of its value range, it was once priced during that euphoric crisis era, which was completely artificial, $1.4 million for a condo in a city that's got problems. Now, our subscribers, it was once priced at 1.4. They came on way over $1 million, stuck on the market down in the 8s now. He's like, we looked at cost to own versus what's the area's rent. We want to know the value of the property by examining its rent range. It's the tail of the tape. If you want to know how good of a neighborhood you live in, check your property's rent range. We always do that here every single time, even if it's our primary home. It's an insurance policy you pull for yourself, just in case there's ever a recession or a job loss. Renter goes in, you go figure things out, they make the payment. When you bought is not as important anymore, is it? Because someone else is making your payment. A lot of people bought in the height of this bubble, never examined rent ranges. In fact, they went in, piled into spec homes, FOMO factory, brand new constructions where not one investor was lined up at those model homes and those sales offices to write over asking price offers, if any offers at all. And those brand new homes are very exposed right now because they're all bubble buyers. Everybody in those neighborhoods bought at the height of the market. What happens in a reverse course? Nothing good, nothing good. Unless you're on the sidelines and maybe you can scoop some up, but it's going to be a war zone there. It's going to look like a ghost town. A lot of these places go belly up. It's happened before. It'll happen again. But the realities are with this specific property, the point I really wanted to drive home for our subscriber, David, who we're working with is, so even they're really close. Cost to own versus rent range. But where they're currently on the market at, just still a little out of whack. We need to have a 7 in front of our number of our offer to make those two numbers line up to make sense to buy. If we can't, we throw them our offer. If we get it to stick, great. If not, we're walking on to the next one. I told David, I tell everybody I talk to, don't fall in love with anything. The second you fall in love with it, they got us. And we might, to get you the best deal, I can't have you falling in love. I love it, honey. I really love the wood floors and the recessed lighting, the granite countertops. Even though you're sandwiched in Legoland, FOMO factory with no privacy, you fell in love with finishes instead of the neighborhood. Not a good idea. Neighborhood's so important. You want something that's insulated from economic booms and busts, and FOMO factories are not that. So this condo is a nice condo in an area that's highly sought after. It's already come down 50% from peak to trough at $1.4 million at the height of its estimated value range. Now, if it gets written an offer at the 7, so we make it stick, 50% off. It's a 50% off home. Remember, I remember creating a video, half price homes this summer. There's a half-price home for you, friends, and we're just getting started. Some areas are going to be the last to join the party, the first to climb out of it, but everybody gets touched in this one, you see, because of the size of the bubble. This wasn't a garden variety little uptick in real estate prices. This was a bamboozle, artificial market manipulation, no sound fundamentals. This market was built on. There was no way it could sustain itself the second it was conceived, and they kicked the can too far down the road. They let the biggest asset class in the world overheat. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understanding the biggest artificially created housing bubble ever produced in world history has reversed course. Many properties out there are already exhibiting 50% off from their previously recorded highs in the crisis. It's all playing out. Some properties are going to pencil out, some won't. It's our job to learn how to make properties pencil out, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact or follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'll be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. I will personally be involved with your transaction. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, I think you're going to love the next video. And there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.